Hey everyone, welcome to Tag It Tuesday. This is a Facebook group that you do mixed media on tags. This month's theme was red, yellow, and blue. So this is what I created. I had this tissue paper from Bath and Body Works and I've had it for a while and I'm like, I know I'm going to use it. So I was like, yes, this will work perfectly. So I'm just using my fluid matte medium to adhere it to the tag and just getting it good and on there. I'm really not crazy about the brown coming through. I don't know. I didn't realize that was going to happen, but it's okay. But when I thought to use this paper, first I was like, oh my gosh, it looks like a picnic tablecloth type thing. So I was going to do a picnic theme, but I can't draw. So I just couldn't figure out a way to make it look like a picnic. So I went with what I ended up doing. And then the back on the back of the tag, I just put gesso on it, thinking, I should do something to the back. And if it doesn't come out too good, then I will just, put it on another piece of paper, is my thinking. So I have a piece of canvas paper that I use this die cut to cut out so it looks like a little picture frame. So now I'm thinking, okay, this still looks like a tablecloth, so let's make it an old country kitchen. And country kitchens usually have fruit on the walls, so that's now my thinking. So I'm using yellow with a baby wipe and just putting it on the canvas paper that's already been primed, so it's ready to go. So I take my baby wipe and I even try to take a little bit more off, so it looked okay. So now I'm just cutting out the tag from around the tissue paper and letting it dry real good after that. Then I will end up taking the card and I'm going to use my modeling paste and just use the stencil with my modeling paste. I didn't want the lines, even though they are pretty, but with the border from the die cut, I figured I didn't need that, so I just used masking tape so the modeling paste wouldn't go through it. And I'm just going to put some modeling paste on. And once it's dried, I'm going to at first use a blue paint pen. And I don't know if the modeling paste wasn't dry all the way through, but when I started using it, it started taking some of that off. And I'm like, what is going on? It's dry. It feels dry, but I guess it wasn't solidly dry. I don't know. So I just went ahead and finished using the pen. Did not like the way that looked. So then I just got navy blue paint and used a cotton swab to paint the little bumps. And now I'm back to the back side, and I'm going to use my Tim Holtz Distress ink in red, blue, and the yellow. And I'm just going to spritz them with water and just move the tag around to let them do their thing, just to see what, happens with them. And after I do that, I will take a baby wipe and I'll kind of dab at it to kind of get rid of the harsh lines from where the ink was at. So you'll see me do that. I really like the way that this turned out. This was pretty cool. So there I'm dabbing. This is like the first time I'm really, using the distressed inks. So I thought it was pretty cool. Now I've got two stamps. They came from Michael's in a set of 4 with fruits. So I've picked cherries and lemons, and I've using my Midnight Blue StazOn ink to just ink around the back of the card. And I really like the way that the the ghost looked, effect. So I'll go back and do a little bit more stamping in a minute. Then I was just putting a border around the edge with the blue ink. So yeah, I did like the way that this backside actually came out. I thought that looked pretty cool. So now I'm back to the front, and now I'm going to, I'm just cleaning up around where some of the blue got on the yellow, just to try to tidy it up a little bit. And then I'm going to be using bright red, crimson, and bright green, and to paint this apple. I'm going to be honest, I wasn't too thrilled with the outcome of this tag. I mean, it looks okay, but it just wasn't what I really envisioned. But I just used some crimson just to give it some shadow. And there I'm using the bright green, and I'll mix some of the red with it to make like a darker green to put on the stem and the leaf. So again, I'm looking at this and I'm like, man, this is just looking so plain. I think that's what the problem was. It just looked really plain and boring to me. So I'm like, and then a little bit of the modeling paste got down at the bottom where I'm at right now. And so I was like, well, let me cover that up and let it look like a shadow. So I'm using Grains Paint, and oh my gosh, y'all. So I had to go around that with more yellow to kind of tone that down. Then I'm just using my white gel pen to put a little bit of highlights and little dots on the little tiles, just to try to do something with this. And now again, I'm cleaning up with yellow paint. Yeah, it just was so plain to me. I don't know. My first thought on this tag was to do a red barn with sunflower eyes and blue skies, but I just couldn't find the barn and to do that. So I just outlined it, the little squares in the apple, and then I've adhered it with my Fabri-Tac. And now I'm using little stamps, and I'm putting Be Healthy, since apple a day helps keep the doctor away. So I'm stamping that out. And it makes it look a little better by outlining the apples and stuff and putting the little red, white dots and the highlights. So, in the end, it looks okay, but during it, I was like, what am I doing? Then on the back side, I used this label maker. I got it at Office Depot when it had a killer sale. I think I got it for like $15, and it's normally like $50, so it was well worth it. So I'm typing out a closed mouth gathers no food. My mom had this in her kitchen on a plaque, and I never could figure out what that meant. I'm like, well, duh, if you don't open your mouth, you can't eat. Is that what that means? Or does it mean, and then when I became an adult, I'm like, does it mean like if you don't ask for something, you're not going to get it? So I still don't, to this day, understand what this meaning says. But it was an homage to my mom. This whole thing pretty much was, really. So I just punched the hole in the top, and I used my seam binding that I sew with, and I used pinking shears and just cut it to give it this effect. I thought that was cute. And I'm going to use a thin ribbon. Here I'm just checking to see, do I want to put the ribbons in, or do I want to put the twine? What do I want to do? And I went with just putting all red at the top and then tying it with the twine. So yeah, so that's what I ended up doing. So this is pretty much it, y'all. This is my tag for this month. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I really did enjoy doing it, even though I was a little perplexed on really what to do. But in the end, I think it turned out super cute. And here I'm using my Wink pen to give it a little shimmer. You know, you got to have some bling. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe. And if you've already subscribed, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time that I post a video. Thanks so much for watching. Y'all be good to one another. I'll talk to you later.